Greetings and welcome to Stunthangar Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter and I'll be your host this evening. I want to extend to you my gratitude for you watching Stunthangar Video Hangouts. If you're watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note so you can be part of this or watch the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunthangar Forum member to find the link to be part of the live stream and the following after party. Here at Stunthangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunthangar Forum, you can find the link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench, which is right below the link called In Memory of Our Friends. Now, if you're not a member or if you're not logged into Stunthangar Forum, the At the Bench link will not appear. Now, if you're not a member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's stunthangar.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying. That's courtesy of Jeff Riley. Now, when you register, you must use your real first and last name when you register. You must also use a valid email address or Sparky. The proprietor of Stunthangar will not approve you. Now, if you're inclined to not come in, but just enjoy watching us on YouTube, wonderful, fantastic. You can enter your questions or comments in the chat box over here, and I'll do my best to make the comments or questions a part of the show. Now, understand, you only can do this during a live stream. So like I said, I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So what I recommend is come in during that live stream, post your question or comment there. And if you can't stay for the whole show, I understand because it's early for some people, late for others. But come back and watch the replay. But that's the only way you can get the your questions are answered during the live stream is through the live stream chat over there. Now, if you find the Stunthangar Video Hangouts that I host or the many building videos, the contest coverage that Sparky does on this platform informative and enjoyable, please hit the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Subscribe, share the videos, comments on the videos. All these engagements, they all help the Stunthangar YouTube channel grow. Please consider joining Stunthangar's YouTube channel memberships, which start at just $4.99 a month, which is about 17 cents a day. I mean, it's like going to Starbucks and getting one of their fancy lattes just once a month. You know, that's all we ask, okay? And by the way, I'm a member, and I don't have to do that. I have the $4.99 come out of my own checking account just to show you I really believe in this thing. I'm actually supporting myself, and I'm just asking you to help out. If we all just do a little bit, it would make a big difference, okay? Now, your support helps offset some of the expenses of running Stunthangar. And with your support, if you join the YouTube channel, you become a member of our YouTube channel, you actually have access to member-only videos. And once a month, Sparky has a question and answer show for members only. Now, this is Sparky's YouTube channel. I'm in here twice a week, and I set the show up, set the live stream onto YouTube, and then I don't come back and check the comments on this channel. So if you want to get in touch with me, please go to my YouTube channel, which is called Flying Control Line Stunt. That's Flying Control Line Stunt. You know, we fly control line stunt. That's the name of my channel. If you locate to the 2019 AMA National Championship video, which is a video Sparky shot with his video camera of me flying his beautiful and light Junar XL, and check it out. Now, I was being very careful. I didn't want anything to happen to his plane. And fortunately, nothing happened. I kept the plane out of harm's way and was able to return it to him in the way that I got it. So I'm very happy about that. But the plane flew well. I mean, it actually went through the wind. First time I ever flying a light plane of that size, it's over 700 square feet, the square inches of the wing. It's a big plane, but very light. and a roaring Super Tiger 60 motor. So it's actually one of the best planes I can remember flying, actually. And I didn't even ring it out. I imagine it would fly a lot better if I would have had maybe more time to get acquainted with it. But anyways, check it out. Like, subscribe, share there as well. I'd appreciate that. And I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. You are making it happen. I'm going to end the monologue now, and I'm going to now post the link at the forum. Let me go there now, right now, and post the link. I'm getting ready to make my way over to what I call the control panel. Let me go there now on Sparky's. Here we go. I'm making my way to YouTube. And let's go here. When I get to, I don't know if you was here last, was that Monday? Man, I know people had a lot of fun on my account because I had hooked up a new, not a new, but yeah, a different computer, and it didn't have, hey, Steve, how you doing? When I get to, we have a loop. Do you have another tab open, Steve, by chance? Man, I know people had a lot of fun. Thank you, Steve. I got to do a few little things here, and you have my undivided attention until other people show up anyways. Let's see here. So let's see here. Let me fix this and fix the other thing. Anyways, I was saying earlier that I watched the replay of the show Monday, and I had set up a new laptop. I mean, not new, but new to the show, and it wasn't set up right. So the mic wasn't working, and the audio wasn't working, and people couldn't hear me. And in the beginning, I couldn't hear them. It was quite a mess. And some of my friends was having fun with me, and so I heard all the comments. I watched the replay. Ha ha ha. Anyways, Gary Sinclair, he provides a like. Now, Gary is a member of our YouTube channel. I can tell by the moniker next to his name, and he also has the blue wrench. He's actually a monitor, so tread lightly because Gary Sinclair can knock you out as being one of the monitors. And let me see here. Now I've reinstalled my other computer, and so this computer is acting a little bit weird, a little bit different than how I'm used to seeing things. Let me fix this. Okay, gallery, good. All right, good. There we go. Well, anyways, let me start over. Welcome, Steve. I know your mic is muted. I don't know if you know that or not, but thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. And I believe Brad LaPointe came in next. Hey, Brad, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Charles?
Doing well, doing well. Did you see the last show Monday?
No, I haven't been on for 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, well, watch it. It's kind of entertaining. It's kind of funny because I couldn't hear myself. My mic wasn't working, and I couldn't hear the people in the gallery, and so it was having some fun with my unfortunate happenings. And let me say hi to Gary Sinclair. How you doing, Gary?
Good.
Did you ever hear back from the guy?
No.
That's weird. That's weird. But hopefully he will get around to it. And Mark Wise is in the house. How you doing, Mark?
Hey, Charles. Good to see you and hear you.
I know. I'm so glad. This is my the laptop that I usually use. I actually did a system restore, and some things aren't working the way they used to, but at least I have audio now right away, and microphone, everything's working. But yeah, that was quite an event for me. I did not like that at all, but I was just dealing with it under fire too. And as I watched the replay, and it was kind of funny. I was actually, you were so funny, Mark. You are just so funny. You and Dennis, and I'm probably forgetting some other people that are cracking at me. Oh man, I was like, okay, that's good. All right, that's cool.
You can only kid those you like, Charles.
That's true. That's how I took it. I know nothing but love. So Terry Mitchell, I missed his message. He retracted it. But anyways, hello, Terry. Thanks for coming in. Looks like Sparky's making his way in here.
Wow.
special guest tonight.
Yep.
Yeah. So, anyways, you came in first, Steve. So, have you been doing any flying or doing any work
Oh
in your
yeah,
shop?
went flying this morning with Sparky and Mark Hughes out at Booter Park before it got too hot.
Very good.
Flying a Vector 40 ARF with electric.
Very good.
And Denny Admission had suggested a few things. One was go to longer lines with higher pitch prop and doing that, but it's still going a little bit too fast. So Sparky suggested I cut the RPM down a bit. So we'll try that next time out.
All right. Well, let me welcome Sparky. Hey, Sparky, thanks for coming in.
What's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes, loud and clear. And Ed, thanks for coming in, Ed. How you doing, Ed?
Hey, hi everybody. Doing great.
So you're gonna fly again. How soon you gonna fly again, Steve?
Weather's pretty bad this weekend, but I think Monday might be good, right, Bob?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm hoping to fly again. I flew today. This I fly at a public park. I don't know if you guys want to know that, but I fly at a public park. It's called Kit Carson. It's in Escondido. And today, I mean, it was just an unbelievable crowd. There was a huge softball tournament. And I mean, when I first drove into where I normally park, I mean, could not find any parking. It's unbelievable. And then we almost left because I didn't think we'd have a chance to find an open space. We didn't fly where we normally fly, but we found another place to fly. Ended up flying there. But that's how it goes. I never know what's going to happen. And I just drove there and it's like, there's not a dedicated circle like you guys have at Booter Park. I fly basically between these two baseball diamonds and there's an open area there. And that's where that's where I prefer to fly because the air is pretty clean there. So I ended up having to fly at a different location where there's a lot of trees. So the air was really dirty and turbulent and lots of stuff. So it was okay. Joe and I we persevered and we flew. So that was me. And then Brad, did you do any flying or have you been to the bean field lately? Or been
I'm pretty well at the bean field every day, but we're flying, I guess yesterday morning. Len and I were out and another guy from the neighborhood.
Very good.
The Smoky up there?
Oh yeah.
It's all down here, I thought.
There's enough to share, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm so glad I don't have any part of that. I mean, our air quality I'm not sure how it ranks, but it seems to be pretty good out here. So you've been doing any work in your shop, Brad? You have anything on the bench?
I was out in the garage today. I was gifted a profile Oriental.
Okay.
A while back, and we test flew it the other day, and it needed a few things, so I changed the tank and whitened it up on the nose a bit, and yeah, we'll see how it goes next time.
What are you using for power in that Oriental?
It's got an LA 40 on it.
Okay.
It run really the motor run was to die for. It just didn't have a big enough tank.
Okay. Yeah, I've never flown an Oriental profile. I do have an Oriental ARF built up, and it turns quicker on outsides and insides, and I need to fix that. But I need to do some surgery to fix that. But
the advantages of a profile.
Yeah, true that. So next in line would be Mark. Hey, Mark, I know you've been so busy probably planning for this banquet and everything, but what's been happening with you?
You're absolutely right. The good thing is, when the idea came to me, which was probably in December, maybe somewhere around there, you try to find the right place and then have a meal that people, might like, and with choices. And then, of course, the caterer is going to ask you, okay, how many? And there's time to adjust, but to get the right size room. And I just took a shot. I just thought about the group and I said 100. And the nice thing is it's been tracking fine, but in the last week, the number now is about 116. So I'm very happy about that. So I think people are going to have a great time, and all 7 of our honorees are all coming, which is really nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, including Keith, and that should be good. And the hardest thing will be for me will be to be concise with my remarks. I thought I'd go last and try to keep it short, but there's some messages I just want to share with people, particularly about where Pampa is today and where it's going in 1 year, 2 year, and 3 years. So that's exciting, and I want to tell them a little bit about the 2024 World Championships in Muncie.
Ask me.
And I had a meeting with my team, the Pampa Executive Council, and it was a good meeting. And they asked me how come, I'm the guy who's the event director. And I said, because I didn't know anyone else's name when they said, who's your event director? So that is me. But after the meeting, 2 really nice things happened. One was, it must have been about 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, and a good friend and a fantastic modeler called me, Paul Walker, and he's one of the district directors, and he said, so how are you doing? I said, I'm okay. And he said, well, I don't know if you'd be interested, but if you are, I'm volunteering to be your assistant event director.
Nice.
Yeah. He's got a lot of world championship experience. And I said, absolutely. And then the next morning, Tim just called. And he said, how you doing? I said, I'm all right, I guess. And he was really nice. He said, the background real quickly is this. I went into the meeting to apologize to the executive council that because of the way the Worlds was late and the way it had to be handled, I couldn't bounce this off them. I couldn't tell anybody. And I didn't like being in that position. It was just the way it was. And because of that, there were some pretty nasty posts on Stunthangar. And I don't, Stunthangar doesn't make things positive or negative. It's an outlet for people to say what they want to say. Someone says to me, well, Stunthangar is a bad place. If that's what I hear, baloney. If it's a bad place, it's people making bad comments.
Yeah.
So Tim just the next morning, he knew exactly what I was talking about. And he said, look, this was great advice. He said, if Pampa hadn't been moving, if it'd been like it'd been in the past, you'd get no negative feedback because nothing's happening. But he said, now what you're doing, you're moving the arrow in a different direction or a faster direction. And people, not used to that. And the second thing he said was this. I said that, my term is over in April 1st. That'll be 2 years. And he said, why'd you bring that up? And I said, well, if there are enough people that think that someone else could do this better, then let them. Even though I didn't mean it quite that way. I didn't take this on for a short term because I didn't think I could get enough done. And he said, don't do it. You need to stay right where you are. And that's nice to hear,
It is.
It's nice when someone says unsolicited something that that the work you're doing for other people appreciate.
Here, here.
And that's what it's all about, right?
Absolutely.
So, and it all, and Sparky knows this. It's frequently people who take shots at you are never the people who are active in the community. They're the ones that don't help, don't judge. They're not one of the 20 people that works at the Nats every year, but they expect those people to be there for them. And it doesn't quite work that way. So, our focus remains 100% on the highest level of competition. But as I said to the group, most Pampa members don't go to the nets. So what do you say to those people who are paying $40 a year? Why should they do that? And I said, I have to answer that question. That's why the newsletter is back, which really started at the end of Dave Tribble's reign, which was great. And we're trying to bring more things to the local and regional level with the hope that some of those people will end up at the nets. So, Charles, it's like you're doing the best job you can, and it ends up being a really good job. You do a great job.
Thank you.
And,
Yeah.
those of us in the executive council try to do the same thing. And I think it's just wonderful timing for the 50th. The people that are going to be there to be celebrated. And it's rare to get all these people together. And as I've said, it's the last time it'll ever happen. You'll never have this group of people together again. It won't happen. And, future years, who knows if there'll be a banquet? I don't know. I hope there are. I think it's just a great place to spend a few hours and kick back and just enjoy the evening. And so my final message would be, I hope the evening gives you an idea of what we've done, what the three guys started, where it's come, and now where is it going. And I hope they can walk out feeling that it was worth the time, it was worth the money, that they weren't disappointed. So that's where I'm spending all my time.
I bet. And I think they're going to walk away glad they went. And I think people are going to be benefited from it. And
I hope so.
It's going to be good. Because everything else I've done has been really well, too. I mean, I went to Brodax and saw the job you did there. And I also saw you when you was ED of the Nats when I went there. So
yeah.
So you do a good job. So I expect it's going to be good.
Yeah. If you're nice to me, we'll invite you back.
Okay.
Matter of fact, if you're not nice to me, we'll invite you back. So, but thanks for the time, and it's good seeing all you guys.
Absolutely.
And my buddy Ed Waskey, you guys may not know him as well as I do, but this guy is the Santa Claus in stealth.
Awesome.
He doesn't quite
Incognito.
here, but he's the guy that just keeps delivering and making my life much more enjoyable. And you'll see some of that for those who come to the banquet. So Eddie, thank you again.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Let me let
Looking forward to it.
Sparky was the next person in. I've been able to catch some of your videos, Sparky. I really enjoy these repairs that you've been doing, Sparky. So thank you very much. And so I know I haven't seen everything you've been doing, but what's been going on with you?
Not a whole lot, just trying to make this thing work. Trying to get the tank right and try to repair all the buggers on this thing. So when I set it down, they can't go, hey, what are you gonna do about that?
Right. The one thing I wanted to share with you is a friend of mine had a situation. He built I think it was a Vector, and he couldn't get the tank any lower or any higher, depending upon your point of reference on the engine bearers.
Yeah.
And he took this adapter on a Dremel tool, the router adapter, and he used that. He modified it a little bit, but he's able to use that to remove the engine bearers so they can get the tank height right.
Well, he didn't have to do that. I don't know. Is he using a clunk tank?
No, he was using a metal tank.
Okay. That video I sent you, Carol Swain, isn't she a brilliant lady?
I haven't seen the video yet. I've been ripping and running like that's. But I have 3 teenagers, and I do this, and I'll still work part time. I take care of my wife too, and I fly. I try to compete, so I'm busier than I'll get out. Yes, Keith.
Let's say if somebody's got a problem with a metal tank with a fixed pickup tube and a wedge, and he can't get it any closer, the pickup tube any closer to the motor mounts, build another tank and put the wedge in a different position.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the wedge doesn't have to be in the center of the tank. What's important is where the pickup tube is.
Right.
Good point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you very much,
it'd be
Keith.
a lot easier to build a new tank than it would be to shave
Yeah,
off
right.
the
It would
motor
be easier to
mounts.
build a new tank than it would be to route out the use a router bit from a Dremel to it and remove some wood. But that's what the person did, and I never heard it done before. And that router adapter is not that big. You actually can get to fit in between the fuselage sides to get it to work. So, anyways, did I give you a chance, Ed? I think you came in after Sparky. So what's
Yeah,
going on with
yeah.
you, Ed? You been doing any flying lately?
Weather wise and busy wise, no, but this Sunday, yes, but they're calling for storms Saturday and Sunday. And that, so, but I did manage to
Make it
do
big.
the hinging with the canopy glue, which is so much easier than what we talked about.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
That's
so,
nice.
Let me see it
yeah,
again. Let me
thank
see
you,
it again,
Bob
Ed.
Hunt.
Let me make it big, Ed. I mean, show me again, Ed. I finally got you big and you pulled it away.
Yeah.
All right, so cool.
Yeah, so
Very good.
strong as heck. You don't have to worry about cleaning everything up and stuff. And yeah, and working on a few things behind the scenes. Also work wise, kind of cool. I got to send two guys over to Madrid, Spain, leaving on Sunday, and that my customer had a Citation Latitude fly through hail damage and stuff. So there's a bunch of engine work we need to do for them. So those guys are pretty happy. So that was kind of keeping us busy on top of everything else we're doing. So then the Carl Hopkins event getting closer and closer. I can feel for Mark with all the stuff that you're trying to do and get it off your plate. And it seems like every time you turn around, somebody throws you another curveball or another thing that that needs to be corrected. So, but looking forward to leaving here. I think I'm leaving Wednesday. I'm getting to Nats on Thursday and stuff. And so I want to make sure I go over to the museum and the gift shop and line up what is going to be hauled over to the RE event while I'm there, and make sure we've got enough for the kids and stuff. So it's been pretty exciting and really enjoyable.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. I let me see here. I lost track. I think Lynn Burrell came in next. Oh, wait, excuse me.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Lynn, how you doing, man? I'm sorry if I woke you up.
Good.
I woke you up Monday.
Oh, don't worry about it. I was a mess. I worked that day and I was very tired and just I couldn't do it. I wasn't functioning very well.
All right,
Don't look
good.
very good either.
So what you been doing?
What-
You
what-
been flying or building, Lynn?
A little bit of flying, not a lot, a little bit of flying and a little bit of building. I'm back to working on my impact again. It's getting closer. I've got the fillets done and I did the glass on the nose. I got that all finished up now. So I'm almost ready to silk span the fuselage, paint the fuselage, and the plane's basically done. So I'm
Very good.
probably 2 or 3 weeks out at this point, depending on weather, because you see now the hot, humid weather's settling in here. So who knows when I can paint, but we'll do the best we can.
Now, what are you using for power again on that impact? I forgot.
PA 61 on a
Okay,
pipe.
cool. On a pipe. All right, cool.
Pipe. Should be a good airplane. It's I'm looking at around 61 ounces.
Oh, good. That should be good.
That's nice.
Thank you.
And I think the next person is Paul Taylor. How you doing, Paul?
How's it going?
Hey,
Doing
Paul.
well. What you been up to? You been doing any flying?
Yeah, actually we got out today. Got out with the guy I've been flying with down here. Try to get out early in the morning before it gets too hot. So I got 4 flights in and we were tweaking on his twister, and he's got a junior flight streak that we've been fighting fuel problems, and I think we finally got it figured out.
So what are you flying yourself?
I am flying a Shrike.
Okay, how do you like it?
I like it very well. I mean, this was a gift from Mike Waldron. He's another guy I fly with down here, and just a super nice fella. He told me to put my vector away and fly that thing. So I haven't flown a plane that is just that sensitive on the handle. I mean, it's just, you just got to think about turning in the plane's turning. So I'm getting more comfortable with it. So I'm actually getting my bottoms down. So that's a good thing.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Now, what are you using for power in that strike?
It's got a Cobra. I want to say
3,500.
yeah, probably. Well, I got the box right here. Yeah, it's a 35 20 12 820 kVA. That's what I've got in that thing.
And then the rest of the electronics, are you using an active
It's,
timer or a just a governor?
It's got the wheel hub and timer and the Cobra. I think it's a 40 amp ESC.
Very
And
cool.
It's got gobs of power. So yeah, it's a good flying airplane. I like it. Mike's wanting me. He's got a Genesis. He's wanting me to fly. I've never flown a Genesis, so he says if I like this thing, I'm gonna really like the Genesis. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, that is very cool. So then,
Yep.
what level are you flying at? Are you flying at advanced, expert? Where are you at?
I'm probably, I don't know, bottom of the barrel advanced. I was flying advanced before I took my sabbatical, so I'm just trying to get my mojo back.
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah.
And Mike Waldron, he's expert now, or is he in
Yeah.
advanced?
Yeah. He's got a couple of sharks he's flying. He likes the GB. He's been flying. He's got a couple of those. But yeah, we got Wayne Smith is down here, so he's come out and flown with us. And then Dick Carvel has recently moved just right down the street from Mike. So him and Mike are flying pretty regular, and he's come out to our club field, and so I've met Dick.
Oh, that is good. That's good to have someone better than you helping you, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I wish I had that. I'm out here in the island by myself, basically. So, I mean, as far as I'm helping others, but I'm not really being helped, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, that's what we're the other guys that are flying with us. I'm trying to get one more guy that he's a little bit further north, and I think he used to hang out with the New Jersey crew. Trying to get him down. So we're all just kind of helping each other, and you know, kind of passing it along. So I got some tanks over here I'm going to flush out for my buddy. I call him Wild Billy the Kid. So this guy does control line, he does rockets, he does RC planes, he does RC cars, he does RC boats. So
Wow.
yeah, he's into anything that moves.
I want to correct something I said. I have guys that are helping me, but I mean, I desire to have someone like a Paul Walker or Dave Fitzgerald, or you know, someone much better than me helping me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the guys I fly with, they're very helpful, you know, but I fly better than them, and I think sometimes they don't want to tell me, you know, I'm not doing this good or not doing that good when I can do so much more than they can. It's just kind of difficult for them, I think, you know,
Yeah.
to hammer me when I need that.
Well, I think most flyers kind of know where their weaknesses are and what they need to work on. But one thing that kind of helped me is I got a tripod stand for my iPhone.
Right.
So when I'm out by myself, I'll set that up and film my patterns, and then I know in my head, but then when I see it on film, I'm like, yep, that you kind of validate it, you know, by watching it.
Right. I just need to have the discipline to remember to bring my camera out every single time, but I do have that and a tripod. On my YouTube channel, there's several of my videos of me flying.
Yeah.
And I haven't posted a video in years. So on my channel, I only have maybe 9 or 10 flights. But yeah, that's kind of how I've done it too, is just film and then, oh yeah, you're right. That's what I thought I was doing. And that looks bad. Ugh, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. But it's all about having fun. I'll never get the big hardware. So I'm just gonna hang out where I'm at.
Yep. Let me see here. I think Jonathan Karadas came in next. Hey, Jonathan, how's your recovery? How you feeling? I'm happy that I know you're going to be having an opportunity to fly standing up pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, the only flying I did was a few days before my op. I managed to get a couple of flights and then my flying chair. And that was good fun. But the weather here at the moment, the last week, and we've got a few more days of it's terrible. We keep getting these big thunderous showers roaring through, a lot of rain. The ground is so wet, it's just, it's terrible. It's right up and down the country. The Wimmer family last week, they went down to the shorter stay combat down in the Waikato, and some good photography there on some of the websites of them, having a good old ding dong on the top of a hill, and it looks like they were spending more time clinging onto the side of the hill rather than their models. It was the weather was so bad. It was very cold and very windy apparently, and I'm surprised you guys aren't all wearing gas masks. I see Len's been playing with matches again across the border there. Bloody hell. Jeez.
I'm playing with matches.
What have you been doing, Len?
Oh yeah.
You know what,
Bad here.
already catch on to Lynn starting these fires or not, but
Half the country must be all burned up.
It's burn. There's a lot. It would take a lot of burning to burn half this country up. But yeah, there's a lot of fires.
Yeah. Good.
Not around here though. It's been raining quite frequently here.
What part of the states are you in, Brad?
I'm almost a neighbor of Len's. I'm in Canada.
Oh, okay.
We're 10 minutes apart.
Yeah.
Oh, gee. Oh, that's good.
Back in 2004, I hosted the New Zealand combat team for a couple of weeks prior to the World Champs. Bryce Gibson and company.
Yeah, he was down there last weekend, hanging on the side of the mountain. he got nobbled actually. He had to hand over his crown. Apparently, he wasn't too happy. Yeah, but I'm looking. Yeah, just getting back to what you said, Charles. I'm looking forward to being able to stand up. I'm almost just over a week now, and I'm almost being able to hobble from here to the doorway. Without my sticks. So another few weeks, I shouldn't be too bad.
that is great. I look forward to seeing a video of you flying. That'd be great.
Yeah.
And I think John Miller came in next. I might be messing the order up by now because we're 14 people strong now. But John Miller, how you doing? Good to see you.
I'm doing okay. Feeling a whole lot better. Got things moving along and got the Raven back there. It's all back together, ready to go. I'm going to be probably running the engine and flying it this holiday. So.
Oh, that'd be great. I hope to hear that praise report Friday. I hope
yeah, I hope so too. I've tied up a set of lines, fishing line for it. Get rid of some of the problems I had with having the belt crank on the inboard boom instead of the outboard boom, and requiring so much tip weight. Well, now I'll have hardly no line weight, so that should help alleviate that problem. Because I'd make a turn and I'd get whipped from the steel lines and just whip the plane, and do all kinds of funny maneuvers. Ever see a Lumservac done on a control line airplane?
No, I can't. I don't remember that.
I think I did it to Junkyard Wars.
Did you?
At Road X.
It's unnerving, isn't it? So anyway, I don't know. Those of you that haven't seen it, it's that twin boomer.
Let me make it big. 1 quick second here. All right.
Let's see. It's that twin boomer with the gold and red and all of that.
Very nice.
You
Now, you gonna
can't
use
see
a
much of
suit?
it, but it's.
You gonna fly by yourself, or are you gonna have a partner to help you, or what?
I'll have a partner to help me because I can't really. I don't have a stooge yet. I have one, but it's all missing pieces from it.
Okay.
So that's about it. And I'm trying to do some work. Haven't been able to do any work CAD wise for a couple of weeks. I've got to reload my program in, and it's just I've been sick. You know how it goes. But anyway, my next up, I haven't finished the Pathfinder 40, but I've got to get in there and make some changes for Gordon on the Pathfinder, the new Pathfinder 40, or not 40, Pathfinder profile. He's changed it a little bit. It looks like it's a little bit better. So I got to get that done. And then I told him I'm going to make a Pathfinder with elliptical wings, with Warren Truss elliptical wings. I said, of course, Gordy, it wouldn't be a Pathfinder anymore, would it? He said, no, it wouldn't. So what is it going to be as a profile Vanguard?
All right, that'll work.
Yeah. So that's kind of the projects that are in there. And then, I've got to finish the Vanguard. I got to draw the profile Vanguard. And then the thought came to me, well, if I'm going to do a profile with a elliptical wing and all that, why not do what I always wanted to do and do that Miles M24 22? I think it's a 22, the twin that was never built. It had there's 3 views of it, and there's actually a plastic model of it. Haven't done it. Kind of looks like a twin engine Spitfire that's got crossed up with a Grumman. What was it, F7F? With the stub nose at the leading edge of the wing.
Mhm.
It's a good looking airplane. So maybe I'll just do that instead of making it a Vanguard. So many choices, so
Yeah.
little time.
Yeah.
Elliptical twin. That sounds really good.
I think it'd be fun, yeah.
And if you go tricycle landing gear on it, it'll be like even cooler.
No, it'll have, if I stay true to, if I do the M22, it'll have main gear,
Tail dragger.
Go ahead.
Tail dragger setup.
Say again.
Tail drag setup.
Yeah.
Very good. Let me catch up on the chat box. I don't mean to ignore the chat too much longer. Terry Mitchell says, like sent, I fly a Tiger 60 profile extra 330 SC stunt plane. So enjoy that old school muscle, Charles.
It does sound neat.
And then Marcel Legrand says, hi, Charles, and everyone at Stunt School. I like that name. He calls his show Stunt School. And he goes, time to learn some more from all the pros. Thank you very much, Marcel Legrand. Has Marcel sent you any updated photos of any builds that he has, John?
He sent me 3 pictures, but it's, how would I put it? If he really wants me to put them up, I'll put them up. But I think he's got better pictures en route.
Okay, no problem. And also, I just remember you are setting up your computer again too. I know what that's like because I had to reconfigure this computer, and it takes a while to get everything all set up again. Tony Dallas, he says, what do you guys think about battery break-in? Does it really help with battery performance?
No.
I'll second that.
No. And John second that, so does not make a difference in performance. So I'm caught up on the chat box. We have 22 concurrent viewers. We have only 10 likes. So if you haven't hit the like button, please do that. It's free, it's easy, and it helps the analytics of the show. So please smash that like button. Please consider supporting us either through the super chats, which is not a subscription, just donate through the super chat below the chat box, or join our Stunthangar YouTube channel membership, which is just $4.99 a month. That's like 17 cents a day. It's like going to Starbucks and getting a latte once a month. I mean, it's not a whole lot, and I do it myself, and I don't have to do it. I support the show myself, so please join in and support us. And let me welcome Carl Reed. I think he was the next guy in. Hey, Carl, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. And
you're welcome. Hey, did you have any luck finding my igniter?
you know what? I didn't look, but I got Joe Mata to walk up along the fence, you know, where you normally put your plane at. And he
Right.
but the problem we had was we was overrun with this little girls softball tournament. I mean, you would not believe how many people were out there, Carl. The parking lot was unbelievably packed. And so Joe's walking along there, and you know, he just kind of got this weird vibe that these ladies were thinking he's maybe up to no good.
Yeah.
You know, these, you know,
Yeah.
obvious.
Well, that's
So he felt a little comfortable walking around without having a little girl there with him. You follow me? So
yeah, sure.
So,
That's understandable.
so you just
But
kind of
no luck though, huh?
no luck. Sorry about that. Sorry
Okay.
about that.
That's okay. Well, it's my fault. I just was stupid and didn't realize I didn't put up my box, and I got ready to charge it up on Tuesday night, and I couldn't find it, and then I realized what I did. So
Well, I hope that
thank you for looking anyway.
you're
though.
welcome. I hope that you still find it. Maybe it's not there. Maybe it's somewhere else. So I hope you do find it.
Well, hang on a minute. When I realized I left on the field, I ordered another one.
Oh, good.
And it came in today.
It make you big. So what brand is that? That's the same one. Quickie.
Oh, it's just a durable.
Okay.
Quick start.
Very good.
You know. So I got it in the mail today, so I'm back up and ready to go.
Good. That way we can get together and go fly some more. Put some holes in the sky.
Yeah.
And I think.
Yeah. Did you get to fly it all?
Yeah, I did.
Did you get to fly it all the day?
We did fly. At first I thought this is not a good idea for us to fly out here. But we found a clearing where we could fly, and we was a little bit away from everybody, but we ended up flying. We did fly, so it was a good day.
Oh, good.
To me, it was a bonus flight because we really could have just left, which we was thinking about leaving when we saw, you know, because I've been out there before when I had events and you're out there flying and a little kid walks up to the right next to you and you're like, where's your parents? You know, that's really scary.
Well, yeah, but where's the other pilot that's supposed to be the safety officer, right?
That's why I don't fly there alone at those tournaments. I make sure I have someone with me.
Well, I'm sorry I couldn't be there today, but things came up at the last minute that needed to be taken care of, and being down to one car, you know, you gotta give in a little bit, right?
Well, hopefully we'll get together next Friday. I know you can't come fly with us
Yeah.
July 4th, but look forward to seeing you next Friday, and maybe even Stuart Mossman will come out. And I still have hope that some other guys will show up Tuesday. I'm going to be going flying July 4th. That's how I do July 4th. I fly. So
yeah. I did talk to Stu, and he is planning on going out next Friday.
Good.
So
I think Stuart Morris came in next. Hey, Stuart, how you doing?
Good. Yep. Went out flying this last week.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was dead at night, and did 4 patterns, and so now I'm going to upgrade to the Cardinal Glenn gave me. So that should. So I'm looking forward to that.
I bet. What are you going to power this Cardinal with?
It's already got a 46 on it.
Oh, good.
OSLA. So
that's what's on my Cardinal. I really like it a lot. It's a good flying plane.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that next day. If we get rid of the wind.
Yeah, it's probably because of those fires.
Probably. It's all our fault.
I think
Cardinal will treat you way better than your other airplanes, Stuart.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. So,
and what are you holding up there, Dennis? Let me make you big, Dennis. I see landing gear and I see the under part of the wing.
Is that the kind of wheel I think it is?
Oh, that's those banner wheels, and you yeah, it looks like a banner wheel, doesn't it?
It does.
that's the one he showed us a week or so ago. I
Same as
believe.
mine.
Let me hang on a second, Sparky. You have one handy?
Sparky. No,
Yeah,
that's
right
not
there.
Sparky.
Hang on one second. When I make Dennis big, I can't see anybody else. And here you go. I see you now. 1 second. And
Marky's got him on his plane.
Right
oh,
there.
very nice. Very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. Yes. Looks good. Very good. I was just admiring your engine and your muffler also. That looks very nice too.
Yeah, it may look nice, but it's sure giving me headaches.
Looks like a
I'll
steam
get it.
engine, Sparky.
What's that?
The exhaust system makes it look like a steam engine. Is it coal
Yeah,
powered?
it does. It does.
Yeah,
Like a steam
it
engine. Yeah.
smokes too.
Did you use the
I
same
enjoyed
cover?
your- Oh, sorry.
Did you use the
I
same
enjoyed-
wing covering on your floor, Sparky?
Yeah, I got the wing cut. You know what else I got? Let me show you the shirt I got today.
All right.
It just came in. This is my banquet shirt. Haven't even taken it out of the package. I'm not going to until the banquet.
All right. Oh wow.
Oh, all
Oh,
right.
nice. Yeah,
Oh
nice.
yeah, very patriotic. That is
Flagshirts.com.
Flyshirts.com, you said?
Flag.
Flag. Okay.
Yeah. Made in the USA.
Very cool.
Printed in China.
I got another shirt. But it's a polo shirt. And that one there's a button up dress shirt.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Hey, Dennis, was you talking to us because your mic, you need to lower your boom. I didn't hear a word you said.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's kind of payback. I should be talking about you.
No. I was an hour late. I know the Sparky sometimes, doesn't stay for the rest. I just wanted to make sure he saw my wheels. That's all. So
I see him. Yeah.
now he's talking about how only the cool kids use banner wheels, right? Sparky?
That's it. I got another set here, but I don't like these tires.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make you big. Hang on, cut Sparky. Okay.
I don't really care for those tires. They got an inset in them, so I'm going to get another set of tires.
Yeah.
But it's only like 4 grams difference. So just for the cool factor, 4 grams is worth it. The airplane in this trim is 60 ounces. So 4 grams ain't going to kill me either way.
No. No.
That was a big surprise because I always remember banner wheels weighed a ton. And I think you pointed out the tires that you took off your wheel were
They
like
were-
24 grams all by themselves.
Yep. Unbelievable rubber. They're solid. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was, a foam. It was a real dense foam though, compared to like the Dubros and stuff like that. It wasn't an open, so it was incredibly, hard or firm.
I threw them out and I already took that can to the dumpster, so I can't dig them out. So
Yep.
I can't believe the amount of trash I generate here. About once a day, I need to empty the trash.
Yeah. Well,
like a factory in here.
Okay, it means you're
I'm
doing
going to
what?
see you set it. I got a second set. I did the 2.5-inch tires like you did with the Dubros, and then I have another set where I took Dave Brown Light Flight 2 1/4 wheels.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna use the 2 1/2 while I'm practicing on the grass and stuff, and then I'm going for the gold, baby. I'm putting those 2 1/4s on, and nobody is gonna keep up with that. So
Very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the bit about, it was quite topical really, because I was looking at that topic at the time when you were talking about the rev up propeller
Right.
instructions about how to put the propeller on in relationship to the piston and the crankshaft and so on. And
Right. I had never seen this before in my life until.
no, hell of an interesting.
Is that the rev up thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really interesting.
And it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because you can't put enough weight on the counterbalance of a crankshaft. So if you get the prop there, a heavy blade of the prop, it'll just think that it's balanced.
Yeah. Well, the Argus that I just rebuilt, and I have a feeling it may have crashed due to vibration, because there was evidence of the tail having cracked and got fuel into the cracks before it let go and plowed in. And I've had instructions from the guy who originally built it. He's got quite a history of the plane, and he said the engine he had modified and the piston was lighter, so that when you put the prop on, you've got to have an unbalanced prop with the heavy side on the piston side.
No.
Makes sense. The other way around to what you were saying in the rev up thing the other day, which makes sense.
Drag racers and stock car guys and everything, they put mercury in the counterbalance to counterbalance their crankshafts, and they're using lightweight pistons. You cannot put enough weight on a crankshaft to get it to balance perfectly. So
well, this guy, he's pretty old now, and I'm wondering if he's got confused and got it back around the wrong way.
Right.
Because what you said made a lot of sense. And I remember bringing it up at the end of last year on the on Stunthangar. But the general feeling then was, well, it really depends on, what you believe. Some people said that it didn't have any, where you put your prop had no bearing at all. And but I could never figure out why it wouldn't, because it only takes a minute amount, and boy, things can get out of balance very quick when they're doing 10,000 revs.
Yep. Let me ask Keith Trossel, what you been up to, Keith? I know you're preparing to go. Are you awake, Keith? Did Keith fall asleep on us? Keith Trossel?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
here's what I've been
All
doing
have our
on
moments.
this part here, Charles.
Let me make it big, Sparky, 1 second.
You guys remember this used to have a shotgun.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
I cut that out, opened it up some.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting ready to paint it because I don't think it's cooling good enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got goggles on the front of it instead.
Yeah, I'm trying to gain every advantage I can.
Right. Oh, absolutely. I have a question for Paul Taylor from Steve Smith. He's asking, what is that that's on you that you're using, Paul Taylor?
This is a vinyl cutter. I cut monocode on it, but I'm cutting some vinyl lettering for my.
That's a Cricut, isn't it?
Yes, it is a Maker Air 2. It's not the 3.
Very good. So it cuts monocode, huh?
Yeah, I cut all lettering out on for the Ringmaster.
Oh, that's good.
Nice.
I did my
That's beautiful.
my dedication to Jim Lynch.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, there you go, Steve. That's something you might not be able to live without. You might need to get one of those.
Yeah, man, I love this thing.
Paul, I got a question. can you take a picture of something and scan it somehow and then have it put into that machine?
Yes, yeah. So the only thing I haven't figured out yet, and I think I have to have a special laser printer to do it, but multiple colors. Yeah, if it's just a single layer image.
Yeah, I got a twister and I got a like a kind of, I'd say like a modern picture of a twister, like a real tornado. And I'd like to try to maybe scan it somehow, put it in. My daughter's got the machine, so I'll get if it can be done, I'll get her to do it. So we'll see what happens.
Well, if you need me to help you with the image, just shoot it to me in an email, and I'll convert it. I mean, I take a JPEG and I convert it to, the format for the Cricut machine.
Okay, if I need help, I'll let you know. Thanks.
Yep. So my email is real easy. It's flybywires@yahoo.com.
Flybywire@yahoo.com.
Flybywires. Yep.
Oh, flybywires, plural.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I use 2 wires.
Yeah. No mono action here. Huh?
No.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. I've been trying to convince my wife that she needs one of those machines.
That's the approach. Convince your wife that she needs this for her.
Yeah, she needs it.
So here's the deal. So you can actually etch glasses with it. So I etched some wine glasses for my wife.
Ah.
Yeah. So, she's got one that says Granny Juice and another one that says Nana.
Well, if it's her idea, right?
Oh, yeah. You go to Pinterest and you can see all kind of neat things that people do with this. I mean, it's not just for monocoat and vinyl graphics. I mean, people are doing stained glass windows and stuff that I haven't figured out yet.
Cool.
Very nice. I see Keith is back with us. Hey, Keith. Sorry, it took a little while to get to you, but then we have like 17 people in here now. But I wanted to see what you've been up to. I know you're preparing to go to the banquet. I know you're trying to get some of your scale models ready.
Well, everything's pretty well ready to start packing the car, leave Monday morning.
And how long of a drive is that going to be for you?
About 1,200 miles.
Wow. Nice.
Safe trip, Keith.
Well, thank you for that.
Very good.
Are you driving with Mark or somebody?
No.
Oh, boy.
How about Barbara?
I did it in one day.
You're driving with Barbara, right, Keith?
Going to that far for nationals is not her idea of a good time.
I did 1,200 miles in one day.
No, I'm going to make it in 2 days. Already got it mapped out where I'm going to stay, and it's all going to work.
Very good. Very good.
Mark, the food you've organised must be pretty good. It's a hell of a long way to go for a feed, 1,200 miles. Keith?
Yeah.
Long way to go for a good feed.
Yeah. But this will be the first time I've been there for a while, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Very cool.
Going to go out. We tried to go out this morning to put in a flight on the big job, and supposed to be all nice and weather, but there was lightning, and then the wind came up and rain, and it's supposed to be nice tomorrow. We'll try it tomorrow.
They've been working on harp overtime. All
What's
over
that?
the world.
Yeah.
Guys,
Anyways,
I have a
I
question.
think the next person is probably Tryon. Hey, Tryon. So let me know what's happening with you. Have you been? I know you got you have a protege that you're helping, and he's doing a lot of good work.
Well, that's going very well. He has some other things to take care of this week, and so we didn't meet this week at all. But that wing is pretty much done. Next thing is to work on a fuselage, get it up and running, and then finalize it. We're gonna put a very large motor on it, much larger than what everybody's using on a. Actually, it's good enough for a 60 size plane, even though it's a like a 40 size plane. So yeah, that's that. I have a question for you guys. What do you guys use nowadays? I mean, back in the Windows days, were like Gorum, silver polish, and stuff like that. But what do you guys use nowadays to buff things up? What polishing compound do you use?
Right here.
That finesse it?
Yep.
3M what?
39003 finesse it.
Okay, thank you.
About $30 a pint. It's ridiculous, but it's good stuff.
Okay. All right. I wonder if that's gonna work well in a mold. But the mold, it's basically it's a like a car body material, right? It's like a it's polypropylene. No, it's not polypropylene. It's a
Polyurethane?
polyurethane. Yes.
Okay.
So you're gonna polish it with that and then put PVA in it?
Yes, I'm going to PVA.
Yeah, well, that'll be fine.
Yeah, because this semi-permanent, I've been fighting with it for so long, so I'm going to change strategy and just make my life easier and more bulletproof, and just I'm done fighting. So that was the question. Thanks a lot, bud. Thanks. Thank you.
I have a comment in the chat box. I think his name is Johan. He says, or her, they say with the Cricut, with vinyl, you can't do multiple colors, but you can do it in layers. Each color is a different layer. Because I've done things like that for my wife on glasses and things like that. Thank you.
Yeah,
And,
that's true. Yeah, you can do it in layers. There's a guy in Milwaukee, Chris Turner, who kind of got me into this, and he did some amazing stuff with monocoat in layers. I mean, he did like the skull head with the checkered flags in the back. It was like had the Gulf fuel logo in it. I mean, it's like crazy layers, but it looks awesome. He's got that on a vector.
wow, okay. Hey, Sparky, now how does that Cricut compare to what you have? I know you have what do you have in your, what are you using for your vinyl, Sparky?
No comparison. What I'm using a professional grade cutter, you know, you got software you can design with on the computer. No comparison.
Yeah, you've got yours is like a 36-inch, isn't it, Sparky? It's like a big stand-up unit.
Yeah, 48-inch.
Yeah. Mine, I'm limited to 24 by 12 by 24, but it comes with its own proprietary software where you can, make whatever, if you want to get creative and do your own design work. But
I could run 48-inch by 100-foot long.
Yeah. Now the Maker 3, I think it's 12 inches wide, but it's continuous. So you can go, you can run a 10-foot roll through it.
Yeah, I also have a option to put a pen. If I pull up a blueprint on my computer, I could put a pen in my plotter, put the paper in and hit print, and it will do a blueprint or a plan.
Yeah, mine will do the same. So Cricut, they want you to buy all their stuff. They charge you for the fonts and all this stuff, but there's a workaround for that. But they want to charge you for the holders for the pens. Well, I got a 3D printer. I can 3D print the holders for the pins, so I can put any pin I want in here and whatever script or whatever I want to print out on it, I can plot it out with it. So yeah, so I did like 2 separate collets for Sharpies. I can stick Sharpies in there and whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Dennis, I haven't had a chance to talk to you yet and let you tell me what you've been up to.
Well, spent the day helping my son move into his new house.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, never
that's
mind the
awesome.
fact that we had stunt heaven conditions and everything like that. Just got home about 9:30 or no, 9:45, and there we go.
Yes. Well, that's awesome. Congratulations. That's great.
Yeah. Now, let's see. I did get out earlier this week and did some flying, found a couple issues and got them fixed, and haven't been able to go out and confirm that they're fixed. So doing that. And then this kind of a follow-up to the last show. It is now complete.
All right, let me make you a big. Hang on 1 second.
Oh, crap. What is it? Wherever I show it, all I get is light glare. Ugh. That better?
That
Maybe.
looks good. That looks good.
And yeah, Jonathan, that is the Checker Marathon paint job on there, taxi cab. So it turns out 28 ounces and test flights sometime probably after the Nationals. But
Very nice. Can I see the landing gear? I know I asked about that Monday. I was curious how he was mounting the landing gear with that electrical setup.
It's sort of hidden.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You see, yeah, it's got like torsion bars.
Yeah.
And then that's a vertical arm up into the fuselage. And I mentioned that I could take this and I could swap it around 180 degrees.
Right. Yeah.
So this is in front, and then the wires end up in back, and in back they are not quite. They're roughly aligned with the leading edge of the wing, so it's not it would be a not bad position for concrete and stuff. But we are talking a magician here, and it shouldn't be any trouble getting it to 3-point, get it down on the tail wheel, even with the forward wheel position. So I think it'll land all right. This should be a good all-around landing gear position.
Yeah, very good. Thanks for showing me that. Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's it. So
very nice.
One thing I was kind of this one has a very long battery box. It actually runs way back. Oops, to there.
Uh-huh.
All right. And the battery is actually about 1/4 the total weight of the airplane, and I can actually move the CG about 1/2 inch with just the battery, which is one of the most widest ranges I think on any airplane I've ever had. But
what size battery is that, Dennis?
4S 1800.
What? I mean, okay.
It's a 4-cell 1800 milliamp.
Okay. You didn't think a 3-cell would pull that around?
Oh, it would, but it would have had to have been bigger. It would have a 3-cell 2400 would have been an equivalent.
Okay.
But I happen to have I got a bushel of 4-cell 1800. So guess
There
what?
you go. Yeah.
I do have a couple airplanes flying on 3 cells, and I really like them. And in fact, something like this, you're on target there. I think it could have easily been made for a 3-cell system.
Well, that's what I was looking at with this Ringmaster, and I knew I didn't have a lot of space, and I didn't want to cut into the wing, so I found some quad batteries, 3-cell quad batteries that were under 100 millimeters. And I mean, they fit right in there.
Yeah, that's good.
Did you get my email, Dennis?
Who said that?
Me.
Taylor.
Paul, I don't think so. When did you send it?
Like last week.
No, I don't think I did. I'm sorry. I don't
All
recall.
right. I just figured you were ignoring me.
Well, that's probably possible too, but in this case, I can't even claim to be that big a turkey. But
okay, I was just asking.
I don't recall seeing it at all.
I was just asking you if you had a source for the collets for these little guys, the little 2800 size motors.
For the prop adapter.
Yeah, the only collet I can find, I mean, I've got the little aluminum spinner underneath here. I can't find the one that just has the prop nut on it.
What size motor shaft is it?
Don't make me take my spinner off.
It's probably either a 4 or 5 millimeter.
I think it's a 5. I think it's a 5.
Okay. I think I've had really good luck with lately. I've been using a lot of E-Flight set screw prop adapters that work really, really well. And both 4 and 5 millimeter. Let's see. Basically, anybody who's selling the motors is selling the adapters. You can get the collet style adapter at a lot of different places.
Well,
the thing with those is a lot of them are the same. You know, it's like they all come out of the same factory.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting them from Innovate, but the only ones, like I said, is they've got the prop spinner on there, and that was by getting a plastic spinner on top of the aluminum spinner. So I just wanted one that had a prop nut on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the magic question. I've had a devil of a time just finding a plain prop nut, you know, in the appropriate metric thread. I can't seem to find the right pitch in the metric thread.
Yeah.
And it's either putting a spinner nut, you know, where a prop nut was, or vice versa. But yeah, if you didn't have the spinner underneath, it would take a little weight off the nose, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it came in like at 31 ounces. I'm okay with that.
That'll fly fine.
Yeah.
I did do something on my Ringmaster here. Been threatening to do this for a few years, and I finally went ahead and tried it. I've been using a motor that was, you know, bigger than it really needed, and thought I would try a smaller motor, and I was able to take a bunch of weight off the nose doing that. And I was able to take the 1/2 ounce slug I had on the back for bouncing. And basically the airplane got 2 ounces lighter. Now 2 ounces doesn't sound like a lot, but the airplane was about 30 ounces to start with. So 2 ounces is like, what, 7% weight reduction.
Yeah, it's like 2 pounds in doggy years.
Yeah, that's it. And so I got it down to it's down to 27 ounces now, and or no, 26 ounces, and that's with a full tank of gas. So so I thought I think Ringmasters get better if they're lighter. Almost anything does, but that was a significant enough change that I think it'll matter. So
I agree.
And the next step is I've been flying it on 40-pound Power Pro Spectra lines, which are 12,000 stick, but I'm going to put it on the Spectra Fins 40G. That's 9,000 stick. And that's going to be like a power up too. The line drag is going to be substantially less with a 9,000 diameter line in place of a 12,000 line. And I think that's certainly in the right direction too. So.
Wow. Cool.
Ringmaster never had it so good. So. Well, maybe not. My Ringmaster certainly don't look like your Ringmaster. That's a beautiful job you did on that. And I love the graphics you did. So.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I tried to remember everything that Jim taught me.
Very good.
Oh man. Those lessons will be coming to you over the next, the rest of your life. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lovely finish on it, Paul.
Yeah, it looks good, Paul. It looks good.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I have a question from Steve Smith. He wants to know, what is Brendan doing?
Yeah.
Hey, Brendan, what are you doing? That looks good. Nice checkerboard.
Yeah, this isn't. I didn't put this together. It's a stunt wagon, and Angstrom got gifted this as part of the beginner winnings a couple of years ago at the Nats, and let me get it over. It's a full body design, and so now I'm trying to electrify it. So
Yes.
Yeah, and so what's happened with me in the past is I've kind of stayed away from full-bodied planes. It's easy on a profile to take if it had combustion on it and move it over to electric, but I'm getting daring here and trying to see if I can carve this thing up, get a battery in there into the middle, and see if I can put an electric front on it. So the hope is to get us into old time stunt. Angstrom's, I think I told you at Brodax, he's just saw so many different things and wanted to get his hands on so many different things. And he's pretty excited at the idea that old time stunt has a different pattern to it. So the hope is that I can get this electrified, but we'll see where that goes.
Very
Yeah,
good.
you get there. You'll get there.
Where was the center of gravity on that thing before, Brendan?
You know what? That's nothing I checked before, and it came to me with no motor on it. So
okay.
Yeah.
Should be about 19%.
Okay. I'll mark that in my mind as I try to get this thing centered up. But yeah, it's got a long way to go, and I don't know what was going on with it, but let me flip it over. I mean, you can't probably see much to it now, but just under the landing gear, for some reason, it was really chewed up, and you had holes on both sides, right under the landing gear into the wing there. So I'm just shoring that up now and fixing that up. But it was kind of weird that both sides were chewed up and had holes basically going into the wing. So,
Sounds like a landing gear went into the wing. Like
Okay.
he crashed it, and the gear might have been a little forward and drove the wheels up into the wing. Maybe
Okay.
move the wheels back to get into some fresh wood or something like that. I don't know, but
yeah, but I also think there's stuff with old time stunt. I mean, not that they're going to be calling out a 13-year-old on it, but like the wheels have to be in the original place on the design, right? Am I right on that?
the thing is, the Stuntwagon was designed without wheels, and it does show a position for a drop-off landing gear, but it doesn't really show where the wheels ended up. It's just said, hey, plug it in here, and then it's just kind of a faded line. And there's some rule provision in there saying, gee, it should look like 1952. All right, basically what it says. So
It's close enough.
if you show up with a landing gear that's that looks like it was designed in 1990. That's a bad idea. If it's got it's got the wheels and the main wheel in a perfect position and a long tail wheel and it's sitting almost horizontal. People are going to look askance, shall we say? But
Okay.
I think the Stuntwagon 30, especially it looks like the smaller, but it was really designed without a landing gear, and I think they had even the drop off gear was kind of a provisional kind of thing, for those people who just had to have a landing gear or something like that for takeoff, but it was never meant to land on it. So I think I've seen them with the tail wheel basically embedded in the lower rear fuselage, just the tire sticking out, with no wire, no bump or anything on it, just kind of and a lot of them just have a piece of wire embedded in the tail of the wood, in the wood at the tail, just so to keep it from grinding off. But yeah, I think first off, if you show up at my old time contest, I might say, hey, that's an interesting Stuntwagon 30, and gee, I've never seen you fly before. Show me what you got. So.
Yeah, there's I think I mentioned it last go around, the Northern Virginia control line event in September. I think they just have the Pampa classes and then old time stunt. So if we're making it out there, my interest in making it out there would be to just throw it up in old time stunt, for our first go around, see what others are doing, talk to people about it, and just kind of get a trial run with it this go around this season, so that we can kind of make sure we bone up on it for next season and make a run at Brodex.
Sounds good. Any chance you're going to make it to Cleveland this year?
I think we are. We really enjoyed the Cleveland event, and I think what I've kind of said in the past for folks was it really has a whole lot of events there for the 2 days. I mean, there are like 4 or 5 things, you know, you can get involved in. So we really like, you know, that you get in our mind, a lot of bang for your buck with the number of events that we can put in for. So yeah, you should see us out there.
Yeah, of course the flying, and then of course the ladies could go over to the other side of the site there for some retail therapy there at the flea market. And
Angstrom, that's another thing Angstrom loves with it. We got up early on Sunday morning and went over to the flea market. And then the other thing we did last year is right after it ended. So yeah, we did the Saturday and Sunday flying, but then we went up to the lake, Erie, and we just so happened to lucked out that it was still warm enough weather that we were able to get in the water without all, you know, without the beaches being packed. So
yeah, that's it.
They're hoping to do it again this year. What's that?
After Labor Day, the beaches get, you know, the crowds disappear, and it's really the warmest part of the season for the lakes.
Yeah, the lakes have finally warmed up enough that you could get in them. And so even though maybe September is only having like mid 80s or something, the water's still really good. So yeah, the kids are looking forward to doing the same thing, hitting Cleveland flying event and then just spending a little bit of time on the shore.
Outstanding. Yeah, I hope you have that flying by Cleveland then too. That'd be great to see you with that. All right.
What motor are you putting in it?
I've got you know what? I bought three badass motors. Let's see what I got here. They're all the same, but it's a 3515 710 kV. That's what I'm going with.
In a stunt wagon 30?
On a 6S?
Is that a 30 or?
No, I was going to use a 5S.
Oh, it's 5S is good for that.
Yeah, I think the only problem I see with that is it sounds like it might be a little heavy, and you might have a hard enough, you know, it might end up nose heavy and with a heavy battery. But other than that,
wait a minute, is that a stunt wagon 30 or a stunt wagon 60?
How do I tell the difference?
The 60 would have about a 60-inch span, I believe.
Yeah, 59.
That doesn't look like a 60-inch airplane to me.
No, it's not. I mean, I got a yardstick here.
I have the 30 and the 60, and if it's a stunt wagon 30, that thing's made to fly with a Fox 35, and you put a 3515 on it, you're going to pull the wings off of it. But I don't know where you're going to put the battery in. My whole plane weighs 28 ounces.
I guess it's a 60.
Well, heck, then you got the right motor and the right battery.
You got the right motor then.
Yeah. So then let me check then. Is a stunt wagon 60, is that still a classic design?
That's still a legit airplane for old time. In fact, it's the more famous of the two.
It's the more famous of the two, and it's also the first one. The 30 came later. They're both
Bill,
legal.
Do you have them both, or you had a little one?
Yes, sir. I have them both flying. Yes.
Okay. So that's who you need to be talking to, our good buddy.
That
Bill.
one, the stunt wagon 60 is its claim to fame. If you can land that airplane, you can land anything.
Yeah.
That's the toughest airplane to land I've ever had in my life. But when you do it right, everybody notices. They're great airplanes, and they're so much fun to fly. Charlie Reeves is the one that really made that plane famous for me. And Charlie whipped my butt one of those so many times, I just said, I got to build one because I'm tired of getting beat by it.
Yeah.
But I'm tell you what, Charlie Reeves can land an airplane because I don't think I've ever seen him bounce it but one time. And that was at Huntersville. He hit a route that he came in just real smooth landing and it boing. But anyway, they're famous for pogo sticks.
Yeah, Charlie had Fox 59 long shafts in his, didn't he?
He sure did.
Yeah.
I've got short shaft in mine.
Yeah.
He liked those 59s. He had them in his big jobs too.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Well, the Big Job has a short shaft in it.
Yeah, I think it originally had a long shaft in it, though. I think that's what it was designed for originally, was a long shaft.
It was. The first one had a long shaft in it. The second one had a short shaft, and the reason is the long shafts were breaking so many he was breaking so many crankshafts. He just said it's just not worth it.
Yep.
They vibrate so bad.
Yeah, they get a
So,
real bad torsional vibration, and then they just, you know, they just
self-destruct.
explode. Yeah,
Does
and there was
anybody-
absolutely there's no way to get a replacement part for an engine. It hasn't
No.
been made since 1949. So
Yeah,
Has any-
really.
Charlie lately?
No, I haven't talked to him. Tom Looper has. He's not able to fly anymore. He gets dizzy. He tries, when he looks up, he gets dizzy and falls down. But he still loves it as much as he ever did. He's a blast. Charlie's just an amazing individual. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And I had told him I wanted to build a shark, but I'd heard so many different stories about the shark that I didn't know what to do. He says, well, would you settle for a Humbler? What the heck is a Humbler? He said the original Shark 45, Lou's original shark, was built, and Lou called it the Humbler. He said he was tired of Noblers and something else. He called it the Humbler. But when Jetco kitted it, they called it Shark 45. That's Jetco's name for it, not his.
Yeah.
And he had the original plans, so he made me a copy of the original plans. And if I ever finish the darn thing, it's got to be painted. It's the original plane.
Yeah, Jimmy built one right before he built those two volunteers. I think he built the
Jim
Humble.
Lynch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he built a gorgeous one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the original. He had the original shark and rebuilt it to go in the air museum down there.
Yep.
And made some measurements off and send me copies of the measurements, because there's some things on it that were not exactly by the plans. So mine has been modified to exactly what Jim sent me. And I got to see Jim's at Brodak a few years back. I knew it was pretty from the pictures, but guys, I'm telling you, you have to see that plane to believe it. It was gorgeous. He spent more time painting that thing than he did building it. He must have.
We usually do.
Yeah, but Lord, I mean, this thing had a paint job on it. It was incredible.
Huh.
Jim Lynch was a heck of a builder, I'm telling you. He was a heck of a person, but he was a heck of a builder.
Very good. I want to ask Jonathan Carradas a question. You had a picture momentarily up, a frame picture. I just couldn't get to it in time. And you're muted, by the way, Jonathan.
Yes. Sorry about that. I yeah, I have to unmute around here because we've got two grandkids and a dog and all sorts
No
of
problem. I
stuff.
appreciate it. Thank you. I know you do me a favor.
I painted this thing about a year ago, and I decided to put it in a frame.
You painted that?
Beautiful.
It's a Spitfire that's based here at Ohakia Air Force Base down in central North Island. I've seen this aeroplane. I've been up to it. I know it quite well. I've seen it fly several times, and I decided to frame it. It was my first effort at a painting. I thought, I can draw okay, but I can't paint. So what I did was I got some what I thought were watercolors, but it turned out they were acrylic, and I was sloshing these things on, trying to get it to go like watercolor. But that's what I ended up with. But
Very nice.
Well, looks darn nice.
Pretty happy with it. And
very nice, yes.
But I wanted to also show you my grandson is tearing around here, raising hell at the moment. He's 7 years old. Now, I think this is pretty good for a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's very good.
It's better than I can do, and I'm a little older than that.
Very good. Very good.
He's the guy you saw
for that. The perspective for that shot is not an easy one.
No, it's not.
No, and he's got his angles and proportions all, as you say, the perspective and everything. I mean, even drawing the propeller at the age of 7 and getting the segments like that, in 3D.
You got a darn good eye.
Yeah. That's the wee fella you saw flying the electric control line a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, right. I was going to ask you that. I thought it might be the same grandson. Hey, that's great. Wonderful.
Well, how are you doing? How's your hip?
Oh, the hip's coming along great. Thanks.
It
really is. It's coming along really well. The surgeon was an excellent guy, excellent surgeon.
Good deal.
he did a brilliant job. And as I say, I'm just out of hospital just over a week, and honestly, I've got no pain there at all. It's all gone. All the pain's gone. And I'm hobbling around here. I mean, I just got up and made myself a cup of coffee, and I basically got around the corner to the jug and back without my stilts. So, yeah, I'm really impressed. Some of these guys are magicians, you know. They're just
awesome.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Hey, Jonathan, how close do you live to Burt Monroe?
Burt Monroe's at the other end of the country. He's way down the south. Way down the south. And he used to race on the beaches down near St Kilda or somewhere, I think. I'm not sure actually what the name of the beach was, but it was way down in Invercargill.
Is he still alive?
No, he's been dead a while now. Have you guys seen the movie?
Oh yeah.
If you're interested in motorbikes or car racing, it's about the Bonneville Flats. And this guy gets his old motorbike and he mucks around with it down in his garage, and he takes it over to America eventually and breaks a record with it. And I think the record's still held, or may still hold actually. But there's so much more in the movie. There's a lot of other layers of story going on. It's a beautiful film. It's really well done.
What's the name of it?
Are you talking about the fastest Indian with Anthony Hopkins?
Yeah,
the one.
Yeah,
he did a great part of taking on the southern accent, because you know we're only a small country, but we have different accents as you go further south. Holy R's and stuff like that. In fact, they sound a bit like you guys down there.
Yeah.
Very good. Let me welcome Philip Bailey. Thanks for coming in, Philip. I appreciate it. Have you done any flying or building?
I'm doing some building, and I'm getting ready to go flying in the morning. I have promised not to start anything, not finish, start anything until I finish some of the 9 that are laying downstairs waiting to be finished. So I'm trying to get the paint booth up and get it going and get it set up so I can paint some planes. I've been collecting dope and a little bit of automotive paint, and we're going to try a couple of different things. But oh, that looks nice, Trey. Ooh. Oh yeah.
Good. You make you big trying.
Trey's signature paint job. That's neat.
Oh my God.
That is neat. But I'm supposed to go flying in the morning. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm going to try. It depends on what the weather does. One weather report says it's going to be nice. The other one says it's going to be cold, not cold, but wet and windy. If it's wet and windy, I'll stay home. I don't like the idea of mixing batteries and water, but we'll see.
And let me,
I got a question for Sparky. I got a question for Sparky. What are you doing with that airplane? That thing is so, I mean, I saw it 2 weeks ago. That plane is gorgeous. What the heck are you doing?
I'm fixing every mistake that's on it. Anything that's screwed up is getting fixed.
Well, I'll tell you what, you ain't got much to do then.
I cut the canopy off, put a new canopy on it, repainted the nose. I just refitted the cowl, opened the cowl up.
Oh, wow.
Touching all the checkers, all the red. I'm doing the spinner now.
Wow.
What motor you got in that, Sparky?
PA75.
Oh, that ought to be enough.
Yeah,
that
Sparky,
thing is gorgeous.
It's 60
Sparky,
ounces.
how's your ratio between the air inlet on the front of your cowl and the air exhaust outlet?
Yeah, the outlet's probably way bigger than it needs to be.
Okay. I did one once. I had it too small. Couldn't get that thing to cool worth nothing until I reduced the size of the front.
John, I think you got that backwards.
No, that was on the Torino.
I know that's backwards. You put a plug in there.
In the front, yeah, I reduced
in the front and could get out.
I reduced the size of the front opening.
That's what I just said.
That's what I said.
Was that what he said?
Yeah, y'all saying the same thing.
Last I heard, it
You
was
have
2 to 1.
If If you have too
But
much
hang
air
on,
coming
how-
in, it dams up and doesn't cool.
Hey,
How
Denny,
the
you
hell
gotta
does
lower
that
your
work?
boom, Denny.
Can I show you something, guys?
Yeah, go ahead. But wait,
Right.
one second. Actually, I wanted to welcome Bart Kaplinski and Gordon. Thanks,
you.
guys,
Yeah.
for coming in. And then
Welcome,
Howard
guys.
Rush. Thank you, Howard, for coming in. I appreciate you guys very much. So go ahead, Tryon.
So since I'm building I ran over this a while ago.
Yeah.
These
Chrome
are
maker.
chrome markers. Yeah. And I tried it on monocoat, right? I was just out of curiosity to see if it sticks to it and it
Right.
shows nicely. And this guy will make a much nicer panel line compared to the black ones, because like it's a chrome
Wow.
color. It's almost like aluminum color, which is more
Wow.
natural. And if you guys ever looked at Fred Chequin's models, what he does, he uses he mixes a little bit of black into the white rapidograph ink, like for the if you do inking, right? And his lines are gray actually in color, and they look beautiful on a plane. So this will be a nice alternative to it. Just like you can get it from Amazon or something like that. And they come in different thicknesses and stuff like that. If you have some masking, let's say you're gonna put some lettering with chrome, right? So you just use the vinyl cutter use it as a mask, and you just use these pencils on top of it.
It's a neat idea.
Do it and
Very neat.
Good idea, Tryon. Very good idea.
So
Outline your letters in Chrome.
have you got five different pens in there?
Yes.
What?
You got 5 markers in that packet, have you?
Different width.
And
There are
it comes
different
out-
thicknesses. See
And it
that?
comes out shiny chrome or a silver color?
Shiny chrome. This is chrome.
How much is that? Right.
Like $15 or something like that.
Not bad.
You can fix the bumper up on your car.
Yeah.
See. I might have something that's open already. Can I chrome something? Okay. Let's say something with a shiny surface.
Wrap your piston on your engine with that stuff.
I got an idea. Here. I'm just gonna do this right on my iPhone. No. I need some tape, because the iPhone has a nice shiny surface, right? So if we do that and see.
Wow.
Wow. That is shiny silver.
Yeah,
Very
that's
nice.
great. That's great. Wow.
Where do you get those, Tryon?
Amazon.
And they're called chrome marker, huh?
Yeah, this is really chrome.
That really is chrome. That looks nice.
Maybe I get more.
And
Car makers who use those pens to do their bumpers and chrome with.
so what exactly are you doing with it? Outlining lettering?
You see how like the light bounces off of it, like it gets shinier.
Yeah. He wants to know what are you going to be using it for, Tryon? Trim
Just
on
put panel lines. Put panel lines on. Look how nice it is.
What happens when you dope over it?
Probably it's fine, because
Probably is not a good answer.
well, let's put it this way. It's not drying super fast, because this is designed to, it's going to dry a little bit slower. But I put it on the top of the monocoat, and after that I tried to smudge it with my fingers. It would not smudge.
Yeah.
But just keep your fingers off of it until it dries up. So that's best I can say.
Okay, so you
It
don't
might be
know
more
if
testing or whatever.
if we're going to use it under dope even India ink will float if you hit it too hot with dope. So I'm wondering what the base is of it.
Oh, what's made on?
Yeah, what is it made? Does it say made for film on there by chance?
I don't know.
And who makes it? Pelican?
There you go.
I don't know who makes it.
Or Gumbacher?
No, it's not. It's not a brand name. But you know, like I don't have the dope, I cannot test it out. So, anyways, that's that.
All right. Hey, well, thanks for showing us
But
anyway.
I know even if you paint the plane and clear it and buff it out, even if you do the chrome after that, which I think kind of looks cool because you can feel the pattern lines a little bit just on over there, like as if they were just actually something there, right?
Paddle lines, yeah.
But I can't feel anything, so you can do it after whatever you need. So, but it looks really shiny. I mean, if I candle it like this and the light really bounces off of it, I mean it's bright. It's not a dull color.
Sounds pretty neat.
I mean, the fact that it's reflecting and you can feel it, it must be a film of some kind, not just an ink. It's got to have some structure to it.
Make it big here. Hang on.
Yeah.
Huh.
Let's see.
34.
Yeah, we'll try it and let us know how it works out, Tryon.
Yeah.
Yeah, just try it on your
Very
plane.
neat.
Let us know how it works out.
I'm gonna get it set, and if it comes from Amazon, and get it set, I'll put some dope over it and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just I don't have dope. I have no way to test it. And
Yeah, I know
honestly, I don't want to spend that
urethane
much.
wouldn't affect it because it doesn't have any harsh chemicals in it, but dope with the xylene and the different chemicals in it could affect.
I think I'd dust the first coat on. I think I'd dust the first coat on pretty dry.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then put the second one on wet and see what happens.
Hey, Trey, see if it says environmentally friendly or green. And
That'll
so
not work.
it won't work if it says that as Sparky
Yeah.
says.
It says that, forget it. Let me bring Bart and Gordon Delaney into the conversation. What have you guys been up to? I know last Monday Bart's working on a new Pathfinder, and Gordon, you are repairing a crashed Pathfinder, right?
Well, no, I'm not repairing, I'm building a new one.
Okay.
And Bart's been working on my Heinz. But we had some bad tape, and so we got bleed unders, and we got green every place we don't want it.
Oh.
So we'll have to sand them out and have to do touch up. We've been, 3 days now on trying to fix the screw ups. We went to a automotive paint shop called Superior Automotive, and they had some 1/8 inch. So I was going to buy 2 rolls of 1/8, 1 roll of 1/4 inch. And she rung it up, and Bart had to pick me up off the floor. $99
Oh,
for 2 rolls of 1/8 and 1 roll of 1/4.
You mean pesos?
Masking tape.
Masking tape.
Rolls of tape, and what else was it?
That's all. That's just the 3 rolls was $100.
It's probably cheaper to get vinyl tape for the vinyl cutters that's designed for a masking, and cut your whole pattern in a vinyl cutter and call it a day.
Well, it's a little late now.
What kind of tape, Gordon?
3M.
3M fine line tape here in St. Louis is $11 for an 1/8 inch roll.
We wasn't using fine line, we was using masking tape.
How many rolls you get? 2
Well,
rolls?
it'd be less.
I wish we would have been using fine line.
Amazon, you can get a sleeve of this yellow tape, 3M yellow tape, for $30 on Amazon.
Yeah,
And
but
that's 10 rolls, $3 a roll.
we wanted 1/8 inch, Sparky.
1/8 inch.
Yeah.
Why not just use fine line?
Well, I would if I thought about it.
I tried something today, experimenting with the blue tape for house paint. I cut some thin tape off of that, and it goes around pretty sharp bends pretty well, and doesn't wrinkle up like the masking tape does. It will a little bit. You got to press it down, and I'm cutting it a little bit thinner than 16, but it's laying down really good, and we'll find out tomorrow how it does.
Amazon also sells some stuff called green line.
Yeah.
And it works real good. 1/8 to 16, but it's plastic tape. It's not paper tape.
You know what I do when I need a narrower tape? I just take my masking tape, put it on the top of my cutting board, and just slice a couple of thin strips for wherever I need to go around the corner, and that's it.
That's what Mark just said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Good idea.
We didn't do that. We found out the hard way.
$100. That it said you guys can have them.
Well, I didn't buy them. I says, no, thank you.
Oh, that's good.
Good.
Hey, Gordon. How's your co-pilot in the back seat there?
That wasn't exactly the words I used.
Was there an F in that word?
Frustration.
I just said, you're shitting me. The poor gal didn't know what to think.
I got a comment from Mark Lumen. He says, "Gotcha, like," and then Mark Lumen's one of our YouTube members. Thank you, Mark. And he says, "Watching tonight, recovery going well. Looks like I will not be able to. Looks like I won't be able to make it to the Nats." And he has a unhappy face, so he's not gonna make it to the Nats there. Yeah, I feel you. I'm not gonna be able to make it to the Nats either, Mark. I have a question for Gordon. I have a friend call me today, and I forgot how I broke in my LA 46s. And can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, the question I got from my friend was he purchased a brand new LA 46, and he wants to know how to break it in and how to know when it is broken in.
Well, on mine, I ran it about 3 times and flew it.
About right.
Yeah, there's no breaking in an LA 46. Bolt it in and go fly.
I've never had to break one in other than I just do it so I have a peace of mind of ran 3 times. And then I fly it.
All right. Thank you.
I do about the same thing on 46. I think I ran mine one time on the ground, and it took a needle and kept running steady. So I figured it's probably going to be just fine in the airplane, and we put it in there and took off and flew it. And I don't think I touched the needle for about 30 flights, but it flew patterns from the first one.
Hey, I got a question for you, Gordy.
Yes, sir.
I saw Brett Buck is going to be stopping in Salt Lake on his way to the Nats. Is he stopping at your place?
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
He kind of likes to have his own room.
I understand that.
But it's a little bit out of his way, because we're, 23 miles north of Salt Lake.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was just curious.
Well, it'd be nice. I'd love to have him stop by.
Yeah, he's always interesting.
So I got a question for Sparky. Sparky.
Yeah.
How in the hell did you do all those checkerboards on the belly?
That took about 15 minutes to do.
No, 15 minutes total?
Yeah.
Now, come on.
I'm not kidding.
How do you do those squares in 15 minutes?
I plotted it on my sign plotter. I picked them out, and I laid the sheet on the wing and pulled the backing paper off, shot him, and then picked him off.
You
Oh,
just had to pick them off one at a time.
Yeah,
oh, you did it with a full sheet off a laser cutter.
right. This is not like the old days where we used to have to double tape them.
Oh,
Remember those days, right?
yeah, my
Oh,
daughter
yeah.
laser work for me. Well, I'm glad you didn't have to do that double masking. Looks nice.
Did not have to double mask.
Hey, Sparky, I have a question for you, Sparky. I was watching your video where I think you was waiting on Steve or someone to show up, and you was using your stooge.
Yeah.
And then I saw you just picked it up, and I was just surprised. Is it a heavy stooge? You don't need to anchor it down, or what?
That piece of metal is 3/8 of an inch thick, 18 inches long, and a foot wide. It weighs, gotta weigh at least 15 pounds. This motor doesn't have enough smoke to pull 15 pounds.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You better put a supercharger on it, Sparky.
Yeah. I need more power.
And then Terry
Yeah, if
Mitchell,
you want to pull yourself off the ground.
Terry Mitchell asked us this another evening, but he was hoping maybe someone can answer his question. He has an unknown 30 amp ESC, and he's looking for a way to program it. Any ideas?
If you don't know what it is, probably don't know how to program it. You need a brand, and because each brand has their own programming device, and they do different things.
Yeah, I can't think of a way to shortcut that. A lot of them, you can do some programming using a transmitter, hooking up to a receiver, but you still got to have the instruction sheet with you to know what you're setting and what you're resetting. I just don't know how you get there without it.
So it is what it is.
Yep. Sorry about that, Terry. It is what it is. So Howard,
wait, I do have, maybe this is a long shot. He could possibly post some pictures on something like RC Universe or in RC groups or something like that, and he might be able to find somebody who has some information on it. And it would be just about as it could be a real shot in the dark and everything like that, but he might find a better audience there for it. He might find somebody who has one there like that.
good idea.
Yeah.
And we have Brent Williams who says, yo. Hey, Brent, how you doing? Thanks for coming in the chat. And Howard, so you've been flying on Circle One or not? What you been up to?
I've been girding my loins for the national. Well,
That's not what we used to call it.
yeah, girding my loins. I today I figured out how to make the wind blow in the right direction and not blow over the shop.
How was
And
that?
Good. You put 2,4-D on the circle so you can't fly there. Then the wind's just fine.
How true, how true.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to bring all your anti-shock devices with you to Muncie this year?
No, but I'm going to bring sunscreen. It looks like you use a little sunscreen there, Dennis.
Well, that's true.
I should.
Terry Mitchell says, I have a Aerowine from Brodax and can't find a program card for that either.
Brodak used to carry the cards for them. Let's see, you might be able to find I think Emax, I think was another brand for the Aerowinds. So.
Thank you, Dennis.
Unfortunately, those ESCs the company went away, and so probably we've been scrambling trying to find new motors and new ESCs. We got most of it covered, but there's a couple of motors we haven't been able to cover yet. So
Charles,
Yes, Jonathan.
I interrupted Gordon a wee while back, and I suddenly realised I'd made a mistake. I was asking how his mate was in the back there. I thought it was the chappie who had the back surgery. Have
Oh,
we
that's
heard of-
Mark Lumen.
How's he going?
He said he's doing fine. He's his recovery's going well, but he's not going to make it to the Nats.
Oh, that was the guy you mentioned a
Let's
minute
hope.
ago.
And his name
Yeah.
is Mark Lumen.
Right, I'm in the picture now. Yep.
No problem. Yeah, the guy behind Gordon is Bart Kaplinski.
Okay.
Yeah, by the way, I've had 2 back surgeries.
Wow.
The first one was a fusion, and that lasted about 20 years. And I broke the fusion loose, and so they went in there and put pins and rods in. Now that's been about 30 years now.
Now his surgeon needs one.
Huh.
Hey, Bart, did you used to fly at Whittier?
I did a lot.
What years?
Oh, gosh, I started there about 1960. Before they had the hard top, it was known as Gopher Gulch.
Right, I was there.
Yep.
So was I.
Do you happen to know, no, I can't remember his name. Shoot. Oh, I'll remember here in a second. Got a brain for it.
Tom Warden.
He flew with Tom.
Oh, was he a racehorse? Was he a jockey?
No.
Okay.
That wasn't Richard, somebody that did Miss Poppy.
No, he had the Pisces, a blue jet-looking Pisces.
Yeah, I know who you mean.
Sounds fishy.
I'll think of his name here in a second.
Know who you mean.
Shit.
What is it, Bart?
I know who you mean.
He had a 56 Thunderbird.
I know the guy with the blue airplane. Yeah, he hasn't been around for an awful long time.
Well, believe it or not, he's still alive because he sends me email out once in a while. Come on. Shit. Oh, well.
Yeah, I keep telling y'all, CRS is real. And y'all don't want to believe it. Can't remember stuff.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
nothing.
stuff. Stuff.
Yep.
About the time this program's over, I'll go, oh, I remember.
Yes, how it
Oh,
works.
yeah.
That's how it works, yes.
If you do, write it down for Monday.
I got a thumbs up from Terry Mitchell. He says, thanks. Thank you. I guess he's referring to you guys with the ideas for the ESC, unknown
Yeah.
ESC.
I want to say his name is Dick something or other, but. Bill Noyes.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I knew Bill.
Yeah. Man, I couldn't get it in my head there for a minute.
You know, it's that time of year, folks.
He lived in La Puente. He was real close to where I lived.
Yeah, I haven't seen Bill or heard from him for a long time. Bill Noyes.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Does he sell balsa wood?
No. I guess he'd be about 85 now. Wouldn't he, Gordon?
Pretty close.
Well, yeah. I know he's older than I was. I'm 80.
Or was Tom Warden older than you?
He was almost 2 years, about a year and a half, 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
Charles.
Yes, Jonathan.
Our 2-ring circus is turning into a 3-ring circus, so I'm going to have to go.
No problem. It's
gotta-
almost time for me to end the live stream. We're at 3 minutes to the top of the hour. And I want to thank you for coming in. Thanks everybody for coming in.
It's
Gonna
been
make
great
it
to see
live.
you.
Glad to hear your hip is doing well. So hang in there. All right.
Thanks,
So,
Danny. Yeah. Yeah, appreciate that.
you take care.
Good to see all you guys.
Absolutely. Same
You
here.
take care of yourself.
All right. Hey, look at that ringmaster. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Let me make you big. That's you just
next
picked
time.
that up, Paul. Wow, that's good.
There you go.
It is nice.
Baby, that looks good.
And with
Wow, nice looking ringmaster. I like that orange color against that blue.
Mm-hmm.
That got an extended tail moment. Has that got an extended tail moment on that ringmaster?
Yes, sir, it does. It's 1.5 inches.
I bet you that helps a lot.
We're hoping.
It looks better too.
Yeah.
This will be the best flying ringmaster I've ever built.
The
Oh, wait a minute. It'll also be the worst flying ringmaster you ever built, won't it?
Could be. It's
Yeah.
the only one. It's the only one I've ever built.
I remember your story when you first started this and your 6 ounces of tip weight and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
Very nice.
were you able to find an old glue tube that you could roll up and put in the wingtip or not? So
Yeah. It's got a whole half a tube of ambroid glue in the end of it.
all right. Well, you're supposed to empty the tube first.
Now you tell him.
Geez, there's always a catch, isn't there?
Is that film color?
If it crashes, it should repair itself.
Is that film covering?
You can use 4 pennies too.
Did you cover it with
Nah,
film?
took out the 4 pennies, put in a nickel. So
There you go.
What is
Well,
that
it's
covered
plastic.
with?
Pardon me?
What is that covered with?
The wing is covered in monocoat, and the fuselage, I use Alan Brickhouse's method of painting the fuselage with Rust-Oleum.
It really looks good.
it
Thank you.
I
does.
like it.
Got a good color match there too. That looks great.
Yeah, the monocoat's a good idea. If you crash it, you carry all the parts home in a plastic bag.
Already bagged up.
That's the
Yeah.
theory, but every one I've ever crashed, the film was the thing that busted up the worst.
Yeah, this is a new kind of film. My buddy Chris turned me onto it. Place in Chicago. It almost feels like newspaper when you separate the backing on it.
Wow.
But it shrinks up with low temp, and so we'll see how it does in this Florida sun, though.
Yeah. Then I'd find out where you get it. Yeah.
I think it was called Value Hobbies.
Okay.
So what color blue paint did you get from Rust-Oleum? What color is that?
Oh, thank you.
I think it's the one they use for the Blue Angels. This is
All right.
what color is that? Deep blue gloss.
Nice. Yeah, it looks like it matches the film perfectly from a distance.
Yeah, I went to Ace and I knew I had this monocoat, and I'm like, well, that looks pretty close. So yeah, it's a pretty close match. I got some orange monocoat, but it didn't match the paint, so that's the reason why I went with the white lettering. I think it probably looks better.
Very nice. Well, gentlemen, I'm going to end the live stream. I appreciate everybody coming in. Thank you for sharing with us what you've been up to. And
Good night, everybody.
I'd like to encourage you to.
Good night. You take care of yourself.
Good night. I'd like to encourage
Yeah,
you
guys.
to go in your shop, do some work,
Good
maybe
night.
go flying, and come back Monday, July 3rd, and tell us all about it.